Yo, 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 yo. Welcome back to the house where we talk news, celebrities, and hot topics, y'all. It is 12:49 p.m. Eastern Time, Atlanta time. Atlanta. It is late in Atlanta. Good night, Kim Zodiac. It is late in Atlanta, honey. Why is you up? Child, I'm sitting here reading lovebscott.com, child. He's saying it's a reboot, honey. Okay, Roni reboot. Roni reboot. And I told y'all, we all said that since the first episode of the Runny reboot was a little bit of a success, right? Then they're gonna start thinking about rebooting all these other shows, and apparently, according to Love B. Scott, that's exactly what they're gonna do to RHOA, Real Housewives of Atlanta. And it's a situation where in the middle of the two-part reunion, which first off, I was just telling one of my other friends, my blogger friends, I was like, two-part reunion. I was watching a video and it was like, oh, it's a two-part reunion. I'm like, a damn two-part reunion. I ain't even know. Because really, I know the schedule for the episodes have been up for a while now. But when I saw on their video that it was a two-part reunion, I was like, what? I mean, in the Housewives world, we used to do two-part reunions like 7, 8 years ago. If it's not a 3 or 4-parter, that's how you know. That is how you know this season was just. But everybody keeps saying, including the cast, and usually I can decipher like whether they're hyping it up, whether it really is good. And from what I've heard, I have heard that the reunion really is that good. I mean, I heard that way before. I heard that from some sources. And this particular source, they are a very, very hard critic. It is hard to impress them, and even they said that the reunion was pretty spicy. So, listen, everybody's saying it's spicy, but according to this article, they're saying, sometime during the damn reunion, they decided, okay, well, let's just reboot this shit. Because at the end of the day, and I said this, of course, weeks ago, the amount of money that they're paying Kenya and Kandi, they can recast the whole entire thing for less than what they pay those two alone. So at the end of the day, it's about money, right? All right, lovebscott.com. Shout out to Denver and Love B. Scott exclusive. Real Housewives of Atlanta reboot in the works. Production is demanding fresh new peaches after a disastrous new season. Listen, I don't know if this is true or not, and we're going to decipher this and go line by line. But yes, it's a little bit ghetto. Yes, I'm filming on the laptop. Yes, I'm holding this microphone with no stand. Okay. Listen, it is what it is. I told y'all it's late in Atlanta. Okay, out with the old, in with the new. The Real Housewives of Atlanta is all but officially getting a complete makeover. Let's stop there. A complete makeover? A little bit contradictory, but let's keep on reading. Sources exclusively tell LoveBScott.com that production made the call to recast the entire show at some point during the taping of season 15 reunion. A source close to production tells us that Bravo is beyond thrilled with the reception of the recently rebooted Real Housewives of New York. So they're fully on board with production's decision to recast RHOA. The network is also very pleased with the upcoming seasons of the Real Housewives of Potomac, which I am excited about, and Married to Medicine, which I am excited about, mainly because of Miss Fader Parks, Casting for Fresh New Peaches is already underway. We're told production has been quietly reaching out to managers and agents looking for some new girls. Bring back my girls. There's no interest in bringing back any old faces either, not Portia Guabadia nor Kim Zodiac. While production, is looking for all new peaches, it is possible that 1 or 2 peaches stick around as friends, similar to the revamped Real Housewives of Miami. Okay, well, that is a little bit weird. Seeming as though in the first sentence they say, and shout out to Love B. Scott, love them, and usually, I would say 98% of the time, okay, 99.99999% of the time, Love B. Scott be right. He bees right. So I am leaning towards kind of believing this, even though I kind of feel like this is risky. Okay, I always knew that there was a possibility that they would do a reboot because obviously look at Roni, ever since the pandemic, Bravo has been acting really cheap. They got rid of Nene, they got rid of Tamra, brought back Tamra, but they got rid of her. They got rid of Vicky. They got rid of somebody else I can't think of, a big OG or icon. Oh, Lisa Rinna. Okay, ever since the pandemic, Bravo's not playing. If they're not getting their bang for their buck, if there's no bang for their buck, then they just don't want it. You're fired. Okay, we've gotten to a point where the Real Housewives franchise has gotten so big and so glamorous and so over the top that these women, these are their main jobs now. It used to be, okay, we are showing these rich women with these glamorous, fabulous, beautiful life behind the gates in these exclusive zip codes and these exclusive circles. And we're just giving you a glimpse. Housewives has become bigger than these women's lives. These housewives checks have become bigger than some of the husband checks, right? Lenithia Leaks, for example, she became a bigger star, and her housewife check was way more money than her husband, probably ever made. You get what I'm saying? And it was not supposed to be like that, but the show has become such a phenomenon. These girls are getting these $1 million paychecks, Kandi, Kenya, and everybody else. And Bravo is sick of it because the landscape of TV is changing. People aren't watching TV. Now, they do say that the streaming is streaming. Child, I can't talk. They are saying that the streaming is streaming. They are saying that people are DVRing and streaming and doing on demand and stuff like that. But, okay, now these reality TV stars, they want a union and they want healthcare, and now they want food and snacks and breaks, and this reality TV train is just going to get more expensive, and Bravo don't want to pay. Okay, how Anthony the assistant said, she who don't want to pay. Okay, Sheree does not want to pay. Bravo is sick of paying the girls, and I don't think it's just the black housewives. I think it's the white ones too, i.e. New York City, i.e. Lisa Rinna, i.e. all these other girls. Vicky, they do not want to pay. When the ratings are not going up, but your paycheck continues to go up, something is a problem. Okay, they do not want to pay these girls. Okay, so listen. What's weird is, though, they say, okay, hold on. They say, what did they say? While production is looking for all new peaches, it is possible that one or two peaches stick around as friends, similar to the revamped Real Housewives of Miami. So, first off, Alexia was a full-timer on the original Real Housewives of Miami. So they kept her, and then I believe they also kept Larsa was a full-timer too. So they kept, I think, 2 or 3 full-timers if I'm not, and Lisa, Larsa Pippen, and Alexia. They kept 3 full-timers, brought on 3 new women, so that's half of a reboot. I'm gonna break this all the way down. And then they kept on 2 friends, which was Adriana and Marisol. Previously, Adriana and Marisol were full-timers, but when the reboot happened, they transferred into those friend roles, right? Okay. So I say that to say I break Miami down to say that it was a halfway reboot because they essentially kept 5 of the old housewives and only brought on Gertie, Nicole, Kiki, who's a friend, and Gertie, Nicole, and the lesbian woman. I can't remember, Julia, and maybe somebody else. But they essentially kept on 5 women. So that's like a partial reboot, not a complete reboot. RHOA is a complete reboot. All brand new housewives, no friends of. Okay? All right. So I say that to say, I need my drink. Oh my God, I need my drink. Okay. So I say that to say that Miami was a reboot, but it wasn't like a complete overhaul. Okay. So what's interesting about this is that the first line says that they're getting a complete makeover, but then it says they may keep 1 or 2. So which one is it? Are they getting a complete makeover, or are they keeping 1 or 2? Do I feel like RHOA should have a reboot? Listen, honey, they needed to do something, and I think it's risky because it could be a flop. But then again, how big is the risk if you're only paying a quarter of these production costs for a whole new cast and you're going to get half the ratings? It might be a win-win situation. All right, let's keep reading. As we previously reported, RHOA has been notoriously difficult to cast, which is the only reason why a few current housewives have gotten peaches in the first place. Both Bravo and production are concerned with fan feedback. No, they're not. That this has been the worst season of the show in a long time. If not ever. Production sources tell us that several of the later episodes were re-edited to try and make an entertaining show, not to show favoritism towards any one cast member. But of course, Team Twirl is all over Twitter talking about how, there's favoritism happening and they're trying to make Marlo look good. And Kenny is on Twitter and she's complaining and she's hurt. She just literally today was saying how she is hurt and she's being transparent about it onto the social media. All right. All right. Needed my little drinky drink. Kenya Moore in the article says has been very vocal about production allegedly cutting her storyline and editing her salon event out of the final episodes, but our sources say that the reason Kenya's event wasn't shown is because it was dry and nothing happened. Okay? Like, why is we really acting like Kenya Moore is the only housewife who had an event or had several storylines get cut out from the show? Like, sis. Now, I understand from Kenya's perspective, this was probably her marketing strategy for the spa/salon. And I understand her being upset at the fact that, damn, I didn't plan on doing commercials. I didn't plan on doing billboards. I didn't plan on leasing a building, having a brick and mortar business is the riskiest business strategy of them all. This is not e-commerce, and this is not you licensing off your business in order to be sold in CVS and Walmart, which is very expensive. You don't make a lot of that money back, right? Walmart get their money up front, and you get the money way, 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 way on the back end. If it sells, if it makes the sales goals, okay? Ask Giselle, Everhue Beauty in Target. Ask Jill Zarin about that jewelry line that was in Steinmart or wherever. Kohl's, Macy's. So yeah, I get why Kenny is upset. It's like, damn it. Like, I have a lease in this building. I did renovations. I have this business. I have to hire hairstylists and do like that. A hair salon is not cheap. And so you are banking on the fact that this business is going to be displayed onto the show. And unfortunately, it kind of was, but it mostly wasn't. So I understand her frustration. At the same time though, Bravo ain't got no guarantee. Bravo has never guaranteed any of these women a storyline. Bravo doesn't guarantee because we film it, that means that we have to show it. According to this, the event wasn't shown because it was dry and nothing happened. So if it's boring or if it doesn't contribute to a storyline that they want to push, then oh well. I mean, Kenya has been a part of this show for years and went in on Nene when Nene was being phased out and went in on Nene when Nene was feeling some sort of way. And now the clown has come back to bite. Okay, no tea, no shade. I don't relish in her downfall, I guess you could say, for lack of better words. But at the same token, I just kind of feel like, girl, who on production side or who at the network told you that your salon, it was like a guarantee 100% shoe-in that shit was gonna be shown on TV? Like, you've been on this show way too long. You know things get cut and you know things. So I feel like there's this running narrative that Kenya is being mistreated. Okay, what is the definition of mistreated? Because in my personal opinion, I don't feel like her salon being cut out, even though they did show it in the end credits. Okay, shade, no tea, no shade. That being cut out and you not sitting next to Andy, that is not mistreatment in my eyes. I don't know. What y'all think? Mistreatment. The action of mistreating or fact of being mistreated, ill treatment, abuse, rough handling, manhandling, molestation, injury, harm, bullying, persecution. I don't see. Now, someone on Twitter also said that maybe it was editing bias. And I do agree with that. But since episode 1, season 1, episode 1, there's always editing bias. There's always a specific story that production wants to tell. And you signed off to give the network creative license on the likeness, on the footage that they film of you. My whole thing is Kenya has been a villain. And let me break that down. Creative license, meaning you have given them permission to go into your home, to film you, to film these other women, and create whatever story and push whatever story and narrative that they want to. And if you did not give them that creative license, then there would be no such thing as reality television or TV at all. That's what TV is. Producers get the creative license to create whatever story. Meaning if they want to omit something, you let them omit it. If they want to add something in, you let them do it. Like, that's called storytelling. That's called storytelling. I don't know who told Kenya that her hair care salon was like a shoo-in to be on the show. I don't know if Eric Fuller lied to her. How would you say? I don't know if someone lied to Kenya and said she looked like Beyonce to get into her panties, but yeah, like, you know how the show works, right? Okay, so anyways, according to this, it got cut out because it was boring. No tea, no shade. While production is looking for all new peaches, it is possible. Okay, we already read that. Both Bravo and production are concerned with fan feedback. Whatever. So listen, I don't know if this is true. I don't know. It's interesting. Listen, what I will say is, I told you guys that there was a reason why Kandi and the Gang was allegedly renewed after a year it was canceled. After a year of its cancellation, right? Am I saying that right? Kandi and the Gang allegedly was renewed a year after its cancellation. That's better. There was 2 reasons I gave. Either they just had no other show ideas and did not want to greenlight any new show for the 2024 season and said, well, let's just greenlight Kandi and the Gang for a second season because we have an opening in the schedule. Or it was a parting gift to Kandi Burruss Tucker for being so loyal and so down with the network and never going against them, i.e. Kenya Moore Hair Care and Lanithia Leaks. It was a parting gift. The renewal of Kandi and the Gang was a parting gift because they knew that she was not going to return for Sweet 16 of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. All right, so listen, I think I've talked enough. This is really interesting. Oh my God, I have a interview with Monietta coming out today. Monietta Shaw Carter, and it was really good. She's really sweet, and I think the interview, it was kind of spicy. I don't think I've ever seen an interview with Monietta where it was spicy like this. All right. So yeah, so y'all gotta let me know how y'all feel about the entire situation in the comments down below. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to create a great day. Y'all, it's 1:08. Oh my God, it's late. It's late. Bye, you guys.